Welcome back to Citystead, guys. So today I am starting to prepare all this garlic. It's going to be shipped out hopefully this week. I'm going to be listing it onto our probably Etsy or Facebook, and we'll be trying to sell it all. So hopefully we have some good luck selling some of the seed garlic. This right here is all music garlic. I have a whole bunch of other stuff going on, but this is what I'm starting with. But while we're doing that, getting this stuff ready, I thought today I would tell you more about our trip to the Fredrick Meijer Gardens. So the Fredrick Meijer Garden out in Grand Rapids, Michigan, it's 158 acres of just all sorts of different gardens. There's many different style gardens there. There's sculpture park with lots of different art. There is an actual art gallery type area, and there's just tons of stuff going on there. But it's an awesome place to visit, especially if you're into gardening, if you're into growing food, if you're into growing flowers. It got all sorts of cool things to offer. So when we first got there, the first thing we seen is that they had going on the West Michigan Dahlia Show. All sorts of beautiful, beautiful dahlia flowers. If you're into dahlia flowers, going at this time of the year was just kind of a stroke of luck. We didn't know what was going on. We just walked in and bam, there are this huge dahlia show going on. And it was awesome. There's a ton of beautiful flowers, and I think we are going to try to find some dahlias for ourselves for next year because they were spectacular. After we were done at the Dahlia Show there, we walked out into the greenhouse areas that they have, and there are many different greenhouse areas
Not going in there,
at the Fredrick Meijer Gardens.
Big old arch.
One of the first ones we saw was the desert. It's kind of all set up like a desert terrain. It looked really cool, you know, much different than what we have here in our climate, in our zone, being in Michigan. So it was kind of neat to see. And then as you walk through, there's just different styles of gardens going throughout the times. There was at one point a Victorian air garden kind of set up like what they would have back in the day over like in Europe, the Victorian style gardens. I mean, it's just really awesome stuff to see. We really enjoyed it, and the greenhouses were awesome. The last one we went into was the rainforest greenhouse, and man, oh man, was that awesome. So cool, all the different plants they had there in that one, and so lush and green, literally like the Amazon jungle. It was awesome. That is the kind of greenhouse I would like to have if I could have that kind of greenhouse. So after we visited all of those indoor greenhouses and the Dahlia Show, it was time to go out into sort of the main area that they had all set up. And over there, they had the kids garden as like the first thing, which, if you have a bunch of kids with you, is kind of dangerous because there is literally so much stuff there. Your kids could spend the entire day in just that little area. Guy's got a really good choice in garden hat. So the kids garden first off had a tiny little door for kids to go into. So magical. You open the door, close it, and bam, you're in the kids garden. Right off the bat, there's just this massive treehouse structure. There's different lanes to different tree houses. They had all sorts of trees in there, and they had marked which trees were which as you're going through, so it was very educational while also being very fun and creative for the kids. They had a blast running around, and there was like a little log cabin off to the side, kind of going to see what an old log cabin looked like. There's just all sorts of little things for the kids to do. There was the Great Lakes, which surround our entire state, and they had it set up kind of like this little waterway area. It was really neat because the pools were about kind of representing the depth of the different lakes. So like Superior was the tallest pool of all of them, and then it went down to which was the smallest and shallowest of all of them. So it was really neat, and the kids had a blast doing that. And there's a sensory garden. We also went in there, spent quite a bit of time in the sensory garden. But all in all, the kids had a blast. We practically had to drag them out of that whole kids garden area. So after we did drag the kids out of the kids garden, it was time to go see my favorite spot, which was the farmhouse garden. And it was set up just like an old farmhouse. Lots and lots of wildflower all around, which really gave me some ideas about my gardening and my styles that I've been doing. But they had an awesome garden, completely laid out, fully stocked. I thought, you know, coming this late in the year, that it wouldn't be that great, that it would be kind of like dwindling down, but no, production was high, and that garden was awesome. There was like little water things set up. I mean, the farmhouse itself was really, really cool, and it also had some games for the kids to play, so they got to run around and do some stuff, and we learned a little bit too during those games about fruits and vegetables and how they are actually different, and how many vegetables are actually fruits.
Think of this as a vegetable? This is a fruit because when you cut them open, the eggplant has seeds inside. What about cucumbers? Well, they have seeds inside. Yeah. And when you open your cucumber, or a pickle that they make out of cucumbers, are there seeds in them? Do you have seeds inside a cucumber? Yeah? So it's a fruit. And same thing with bell pepper. So these are actually fruits, and these are vegetables.
Now after we did the farmhouse tour, did all that garden there was still tons of stuff to see. They had a whole like Japanese style garden area set up. We kind of did a quick pass through there because we really wanted to get over to the sculpture park and check that out, and we were kind of running low on time. Like I said, the kids played a long time in the kids garden area, so we were kind of crunched. But we went through the sculpture park, and it was pretty neat. A lot of interesting sculptures. We're not sure if sculpture art is our favorite, but still a lot of cool things to see. And they also had like a lot of meadows and stuff. They had the giant horse that was there, so there was still quite a bit to see there. I feel like this statue pretty much sums up how I feel right now. Exhausted from the heat. Yeah, come on. We ran into this really cool waterfall area that had like a koi pond, and all my little artists drew a lot of inspiration from that, so they all had to stop and do a little drawing. My little group of inspired artists back here. I give you giant trow. And that was our trip to the Fredrick Meijer Garden. Fantastic place. I really recommend going if you're ever over in Grand Rapids for vacation or visiting or anything, or if you're looking for somewhere to go in Michigan on a vacation. It's a great place. I mean, very cool. I loved all the gardens, most of the farmhouse. It is definitely you know, right up my forte. Right up my lane. All right. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed spending some time with us. And as always, be bold and grow bold. And we'll see you guys in that very next video. Peace. I'm out.